Jaxson Dart is absolutely screwed. Where do the Giants even go from here? Dart is off to a really impressive rookie season so far. He's played well and certainly shown why he was worth a first-round pick, but it's getting tough out there. He already didn't have a ton of great weapons around him, and it's getting worse. Malik Nabers has been done for the year, and now add Scataboo to that list. The Giants are already bad. Losing the dudes that are supposed to be there to help a young quarterback develop, that's going to quickly make things worse. It's kind of time to start worrying about Jaxson Dart, and more than anything, what this could do to his development if he struggles for the rest of this season. The single biggest worry for Jaxson Dart for the rest of the season is simply the lack of a supporting cast around him. The obvious top target for him this season was going to be Malik Nabers. He really did emerge as an elite wide receiver last season as a rookie. His future in the league is bright, and it absolutely still is, but he's out for the season after he tore his ACL against the Chargers in week 4. He was trying to catch a deep ball from Dart, and that ended up costing him the season. In 4 games, he had 18 catches, 271 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He was likely on the way to another 1,000-yard season, and had just gotten some improved quarterback play going from Russell Wilson to Dart at that point. It's a brutal loss. It crushes the pass game. It leaves having to really just rely on Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton. Robinson definitely has been the top receiver this season. He's on pace for an 1,000-yard season. He's at 39 receptions, 494 yards, and 2 touchdowns. After him, it's a pretty big drop-off so far. I mean, the only other healthy guy with over 200 yards through 8 games is tight end Theo Johnson at 212 yards and 4 touchdowns with 23 catches. Those are the top weapons left for the Giants now that Scataboo is out for the year. He suffered a very brutal injury against the Eagles on Sunday. Your ankle is definitely not supposed to turn that way. He had to get carted off. It was immediately obvious that it was a very serious injury. Players didn't even want to look at it. It ended up being a dislocated ankle, just a crushing injury. There's really no way around that. He's been a really scrappy playmaker for the Giants. He stepped up when Tyrone Tracy dislocated his shoulder in week 3. Luckily, he is back now, and he's the clear #1 running back with Skattebo out. Skattebo had a ton of success for the Giants before he got hurt. He carried the ball 101 times for 410 yards and 5 touchdowns, but he was also an important guy in the passing game. He had 24 receptions for 207 yards and a touchdown, including one against the Eagles. He played well. Dart and Skattebo were really fun to watch together. I mean, they were getting all this hype, and look, we're going to get to see them again next season, but it does suck that it's been cut short here, and we're not going to see them headbutt each other as a celebration anymore. Now it kind of just leaves Dart fending for himself. The young talent that's supposed to be helping him was really Skattebo and Nabers, and now we have to wait a year to see them on the field together. It's going to get harder for Dart now without Skattebo, the same way it got harder when Nabers went down. He's really just not going to have much support, but he has played well up to this point. He threw a touchdown and rushed for a touchdown against the Eagles. He's up to 984 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions with a 59.9 completion percentage. He's been useful on the ground too, 43 carries, 195 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He actually didn't start until week 4. That was after Russell Wilson started the first 3 games and went 0-3. Dart took over, and he actually won his first start against the Chargers 21-18. Dart ran for a touchdown and then threw one to Theo Johnson too. And look, the Chargers definitely aren't a bad team. That is a quality win. Then somehow, with losing to the Saints in between 26-14, the Giants then beat the Eagles 34-17. I mean, that stretch right there is a very good reminder that the NFL has a ton of parity. In 3 straight weeks, the Giants beat a 3-0 team, became the only team to lose to Spitzer Rattler, and then beat the defending Super Bowl champs. Any given Sunday, man. That win over the Eagles was tough too. Dart rushed for a touchdown and threw a touchdown to Wan'Dale Robinson in the first quarter. Skattebo scored late in the half to go up 20-17, and then Skattebo's the only guy that scored in the second half. He had 2 more touchdowns, both from a single yard out, one in the third quarter, one in the fourth to help put it away. The defense came up big, and it got the Giants to 2-4. Of course, now with back-to-back losses, it's 2-6, and they really should have won last week. The Giants led 19-0 going into the fourth quarter and managed to lose to the Broncos 33-32. That one hurts. Then there's Sunday, where it didn't go nearly as well against the Eagles the second time around. Philadelphia just slowly pulled away. It was never a one-possession game in the second half. Dart finished with 194 yards and a touchdown and rushed for 39 yards and a touchdown. That leads into a matchup next week against the 49ers, where we're going to get to see what the Giants look like for a full game without Skattebo or Malik Nabers. The injuries don't just hurt Jaxson Dart when you look at the bigger picture here. It's really going to hurt start Brian Daboll. It's felt like he only really had one more season left unless something drastic happened. That could have been Dart coming in, leading the Giants to a respectable over 500 record or so, or even the postseason. Not having some of your best young players for the remainder of the year is really going to crush any dream of that, even if it was already very unlikely, which it was. When Daboll got the Giants job, he inherited Daniel Jones and did make him look great in year one. That's when the Giants had that random magical season, a 9-7 winning record, even won a playoff game against the Vikings. Daboll won Coach of the Year. It really looked like he was the answer and that things were going in the right direction. But no, I mean, if anything, it set the Giants back. Saquon Barkley got franchise tagged. Daniel Jones signed a 4-year, $160 million deal. That set the Giants back a few seasons at best. And it really hasn't helped now that Jones has turned it around and been a good NFL quarterback with the Colts. Saquon Barkley just won Offensive Player of the Year and won a Super Bowl. That sucks. And it's all been downhill for Daboll. So after winning 9 games plus a playoff game in one season, the Giants only won 6 games in 2023 and 3 games in 2024. Now they're at 2-6. Obviously not ideal. They've been a joke, and whether or not Daboll is a good NFL head coach, you just don't get a long leash. It's been long enough, and it's time to move on. It's going to be interesting to see if the same goes for Joe Schoen. He got hired to be the GM in 2022 and hired Daboll. I think it makes sense for him to get another head coach hire, but he's running out of time fast too. The Giants might just want to tear it all down. It started at quarterback, and next up is head coach. The last few seasons for the Giants have been nothing short of embarrassing, and as a Washington fan, I'm not gonna lie, I've enjoyed the downfall after seeing them win a few rings, but the Giants are easily my second favorite team in the division if I had to choose. I mean, I'm rooting for them at least 4 times a year, but it's been rocky for a while, and a lot of that bad has been bad quarterback play or bad coaching. It's not easy to bring in a guy to replace Eli Manning, and while Daniel Jones now is succeeding, sure, he definitely wasn't the guy to be it in New York, but I'd argue coaching has definitely been the bigger issue looking back. I'd argue that Daboll has been easily the best head coach since Tom Coughlin resigned after the 2015 season. Every guy come in after that, it's been a circus. Ben McAdoo was awful. Pat Shurmur was somehow even worse. Joe Judge was then the 3rd straight guy to only last 2 years. Sometimes having those kind of issues just screams that it's the front office. And Dave Gettleman wasn't exactly a love guy in New York when he took over for Jerry Reese in 2017. The issues for the Giants have come in every facet. Front office, coaching, on the field. It's been laughable, and it's why they're stuck here in the same predicament every couple of seasons. Now, Jaxson Dart is a guy that I really think could be a good NFL quarterback, and I am rooting for it. I think Daboll's a good coach, but yeah, it might be better with a fresh start now, and when that new coach does come in, it's going to be cool to see what they can do with Dart playing alongside Malik Nabers and Cam Scataboo. I think the Giants can figure it all out. I think Dart can be that guy, but man, it is crushing to see his rookie season go this way so far. Hopefully he can continue to develop at a high level, but it is not getting easier for him now.